12 minutes. I'm so intrigued with this one. I'm freaking keen, actually. Just after what you guys were telling me about it the other day, I'm really keen. So, from recommendation by Mr. American Man himself, Big Dex. 12 minutes.
12 minutes doesn't seem all that unique on paper. When you boil it all down, it's a fairly traditional point-and-click adventure game that takes place in one setting. But where things get interesting is that it's also a time loop mystery. So even though you have all of your puzzle objects at your disposal from the jump, they'll need to be combined in intentionally different ways over the course of dozens and dozens of loop resets during the full 6 to 8 hour story in order to unlock.
Now this is something, hang on one sec.
New information.
Okay, unlock new information. Alright, so I love the top-down aspect. I don't think I've seen a game that has this particular top-down aspect in this sort of style of game before. This is actually really, it's really intriguing. Reminds me of a movie called Vantage Point. I think it was Vantage Point, where it's like the same 10-15 minute thing happening over and over again, but just shown from so many different perspectives across the board. I really like the idea. I mean, I'm not sure if this is just an actual time loop where you're playing the same character and trying to figure things out. But in that movie there, it was running through the different perspectives of all these different people while there was someone trying to solve an assassination. So that was a really cool movie, a really cool idea. So I'm sort of hoping that this is something similar to that idea.
It's a fresh twist on a genre I've loved since the original Monkey Island days, and the story is good enough to make me immediately want to talk to someone else who's also finished it.
Okay. What was that? Fun fact, main guy is voiced by the guy from Split. The cop is voiced by Willem Dafoe. Are you freaking serious? I love me some Willem Dafoe. And not necessarily just because he's Green Goblin. In fact, my favorite actor, my favorite appearance or performance more so from Willem Dafoe is in the movie The Boondock Saints. Oh, there you go. Oh man, yes. See, you and me, dude, same page all the time, every single time, man. I love it. We're the same person.
Think of 12 minutes and its
You're
time
much
loop
taller
as
than
a
I
house
am.
of cards. You can build it using anything in the deck, but if you make one mistake,
And much
it'll collapse
more skillful.
and you'll have to start all over. Sometimes you'll knock it down on purpose in order to get something you need for your next proper attempt to finish it. It's also somewhat flexible. When I talked to 2 other people who played it, I found that each of us took a slightly different path to arrive at the conclusion. That story sees your character, voiced by James McAvoy, walking in the front door of your apartment at the beginning of the game, where your wife, played by Daisy Ridley, is eager to share some news. She greets you and offers a dessert she made.
Yeah,
Yes,
it
you need a
is.
dessert. Let me know when you're in the mood.
A few minutes later, though, a
Wait, hang
cop
on.
voiced...
Now, hang on a sec. Was Split that one where it was like, you know, obviously split personalities? That went on to the second movie, Glass? Was it Split? Like, am I thinking the right one where it's like the dude like in this you know, underground basement sort of thing? Oh, dude, yeah, that's it. Yeah, where it's like that wasn't me, that was Patrice. That was such a freaking creepy performance too. Dex, my love, how are you? Hey, buddy. You've literally tuned in at the exact right moment. I'm literally watching the 12 minutes review just for you right now. So, feel free to spoil the crap out of everything after I've finished watching this bit.
Dafoe knocks on the door claiming to have a warrant for your wife's arrest. One wrong move and things go awry fast and the
You didn't tell me Willem Dafoe was in it though, man.
Fuck.
You also can't leave the apartment, as doing so also resets the loop.
Oh.
That confinement sometimes felt comforting as I tried to figure out what to do next and discover why this cop was so hostile, since I knew the answer was in the room somewhere. There were no other locations I could have missed something in.
Few days
But of course,
too late.
If you do get stuck, which
Better
I
late
did
than never, I
once
suppose.
until I stumbled onto a new path by accident, that same one-bedroom flat can feel frustrating too. Things can get Groundhog Day levels of dark if you want them to, and it'll be up to you to see if those are just clever ways you're allowed to take out frustration.
Well, so he's a
when you
really
get
shit
stuck,
shot.
or if they can be used as legitimate ways to move the story forward. Of course, you've got items scattered around the apartment you can pick up, use, and combine with other objects. Things like coffee mugs, a kitchen knife, spoons, the aforementioned desserts, and your cell phone.
Did I ever watch Everhood? I don't think so, man. I don't think I've ever watched that.
To your inventory in classic
I've heard of it, though.
style, and
Like,
figuring
I know
out
that name. It sounds
how
familiar.
and when to deploy them is key to advancing the plot. The small but star-studded voice cast does a great job of bringing the story to life, and Defoe is particularly menacing as the cop.
There we are. Thank you for understanding why it needs to be this way.
There's also a subtle, drama-enhancing score that complements key moments
Just
nicely.
gonna Willem Dafoe on the clock.
Also, the ability to fast forward through dialogue you've already heard many times in previous loops is invaluable for keeping things from getting too repetitive. Visually, meanwhile, 12 minutes is very simplistic, and 8 hours is a long time to be looking at the same top-down view of your apartment. The frequent clipping issues and very rudimentary Sims-like animations don't help, but it's the kind of nitpick I learned to live with as I became engrossed in the central mystery. And that mystery absolutely pays off. Writer-director Luis Antonio deftly paces the peeling of the story's onion layers. I was surprised when Steam showed that I'd played for 7.5 hours on my initial run-through. It didn't feel that long, and I mean that in a good way.
Oh.
No, wait!
Oh, I'm so intrigued, man. I don't even want to watch any more of that. I'm so damn intrigued. That's gonna be so much fun.